Okay. Okay, I hope this works. We're here with Women's March Minnesota in St. Paul. It is -2 degrees. We're just about to get going, so I'm just going to have this on pretty much all day, so follow us online. That'd be fantastic. Thanks. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's get an overview. Okay. Okay, you think they have free hats? So let's look. Do you see where they might have them?
Yeah. Do you like the gift? That's good. Not everybody likes it.
Here you go.
Does anyone need a sign? What sign
You know,
would you like?
I am live streaming for the Women's March right now. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing?
Yes, so I'm a float nurse practitioner for Planned Parenthood, and we're just here handing out some really cute hats and some signs to people that are supportive of the March and our mission. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the hats. It's awesome. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Let's talk to... You know, sorry. I live stream for the Women's March, and I'm live streaming right now. I wonder if you guys would like to talk a little bit about why you're here before we get started.
Who are you live streaming for?
Women's March.
Oh, just
Women's
for
March,
Women's
Minnesota.
March?
Yeah.
Can I have profanity?
Yeah, we decided, yeah, we could. Plug your ears. Yes. I mean, so there's a time and a place.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel right now.
$5. That's right. We got to keep on fighting. We have to make sure that people's voices are heard.
Awesome. Thank you for being here on this balmy January day. Thanks. Okay, let's see. We'll walk around and see if they're...
It's kind of like when
Always fun to see the signs.
Ticket signs for sale.
Yep. Let's see. Hi. I live stream for the Women's March, and I'm live streaming right now. And was wondering if you would mind talking about why you're here.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll start. Okay, yeah.
Well, obviously I'm here because I'm a future voter. I will be voting in 2020, and it definitely won't be for Trump. I'm here because I believe that I have an opportunity to make my voice heard where others don't have that same opportunity. And I want my fellow peers, my friends, other women, men, whoever it is, want to be able to walk down the street and feel safe. I don't want to have to walk down the hallway of my school and be worried, do I have to hide somewhere? I'm terrified of what could happen that our government allows, and I think it's such an important thing that people be able to come out here and speak and yell and do all sorts of stuff that other people can't do because they're afraid of the consequences that could happen to them because of what our government allows.
Nice.
And I'm here because I was part of 2017. We're back again. I think it's important that women do have a voice. I think that this is my future. This is our future.
Nice.
And then we also have Trump needs accountability.
That's great. I love that.
And that's what's really important is that we finally got some accountability. It took 2 years to get it, and I think this is a year that's really going to be turned around. So
It's starting out that way.
it is, and this is a good start.
Yeah.
It was a good start when we won the House.
Yes. Yeah. Midterm elections were. I mean, and I think it's the power that came through some of this from 2017.
Yep. In Minnesota, we were a little worried, but it was like we pulled through, and it was awesome. And that's what we need. We need more women involved, we need more minority women involved, and women shouldn't be afraid, like she said, to walk down, because I was I had a boss sexually harass me and stuff, and it was like, that sucked.
Yeah.
And nobody did anything about it, and he kept his job. And women should never have to go through that.
No.
Because what that does is it draws you, every time you think about that, you go back to that point in time. Every time. And when it finally stops, women should never have to go through that. I never want my daughter to have to.
No, I feel the. I am familiar. Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you both for being here. Thank you so much. Do you want to talk?
Sure. I originally marched in 2017 in Washington, D.C.
Nice.
Made the trip out there, but now I'm marching in my home state, and I'm really celebrating the fact that so many women got into Congress.
No.
So that's what my sign is about, and that's what I'm marching for.
I'm going to get it up close here.
Sure.
Nice.
I know.
It was such an amazing feeling to see so many women, especially Omar.
And I know that wasn't that. That was.
And then the reasons I'm marching for the arts, I'm music, literary, the environment, climate change, immigration, LGBTQ, mental health, people with disabilities, students, teachers, and women. I had a sister that was born disabled, and she passed away actually.
I'm sorry.
A little over a year ago, and healthcare is such an important thing. So
It really is.
marching for that.
Nice, nice. Well, thank you. I'm so sorry to hear about your sister, but see, we all feel a little bit like we hope we're marching for her a little bit. So thanks for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Keep warm.
You didn't voluntarily go down. These are good.
I like that sign.
Huh? Inferiority of women is man-made. I do like that sign. I live stream for the Women's March. Yes. Would you all like to talk about why you're here? All right. I'm going to get the sign far away. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I have been a part of a couple different marches before, and I was just really happy that I came to Minnesota and that I had an opportunity to, express how I'm feeling and be among other people who are here for the same reason.
Nice. Nice.
Well, I didn't get to go the first year, and there wasn't really one last year, so I'm just really excited that there is one this year.
Nice.
And I don't care that it's cold, because it's here.
That's pretty good. I'm going to ask you in 2 hours if you care. Yeah. But it is a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful day. It's sunny. We're just going to take that to heart.
Well, this is my first march, but as I've gotten older, I've seen more injustices towards women, so I feel that's important to march and to show my support, because there really is injustice happening towards them, so it's important.
It's very important. Thank you. And would you like to?
Yeah. I'm here just to kind of support the whole cause, and I've never really been a part of a march, and I just wanted to experience it and just support feminism and just support women and be around women that support women.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you all. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Hi. How are you? How are you? Good. I'm live streaming for the Women's March.
Hi.
Yeah. So tell me why you're here.
I've been volunteering with the Women's March for the past year. It's been awesome, and I really believe in what they're doing. And this is...
I'm like, let's get a picture of that sign, because that
This
is.
is actually my original sign from the last march.
You're awesome. That's
So-
great. Good. Yes. Thank you. right, let's. Okay. Stuff is starting, so. Okay, so we're moving up towards the stage. Okay. I'm live streaming for the Women's March right now. Do you want to tell us why you're here?
I'm speaking later.
Awesome. Awesome.
We're here because we're
Awesome. Awesome. All right, let me get the signs again. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Get a quick. I live stream for the Women's March. I'm live streaming out. Would you all like to talk while you're here today?
We've been talking.
I was gonna say, it sounds like an interesting conversation.
No, I don't want to go on social media.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Thank you.
Yep.
Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for the Women's March 2019. Make some noise. In case you're wondering who the short lady is that's shouting at you, my name is Miss Shannon. Happy to be here with you today. Most of the time I am a comedian and a radio host, and I am occasionally on a TV show, but I am also a proud member of the board of directors for the Pacer Center and the Autism Society of Minnesota, and I am here on behalf of all of our children and all of our people in Minnesota, and we appreciate you joining us here. Thank you so much. Look, okay, I didn't grow up here, I gotta be honest with you. I'm from Arizona. I moved here in '96 with my mom and my two younger sisters. I hear you laughing. I knew what Minnesota was before I came here. And I know how you Minnesotans are. That's how you tricked me into coming here, because you send all your old people down there and talk all good about Minnesota. And then they make one bad birthday present and you never ask them to come back. I know how you guys are. But this is also the reason why my family and I relocated here, and we have been here since 1996 because we do love this community. And the thing that is great about this community is that even on days like today, where it's a little chilly and we had to put on all of our sleeping bags and come out here, we still come out as a community to support the things that we love and that are important to us. So give yourselves a round of applause. You know what's funny is that I was here in 2017 for our first march, and I was here with my girlfriend, and one of the things that I found so inspirational about it was looking around and seeing all of the amazing signs like we have this morning, and seeing the variety of statements and the diversity of the members that came to show out their support, and to come out and go, you know what, we can no longer be passively in support of things that we care about. So thank you if you joined us in 2017. I appreciate all of that. And then for 2018, I was on a ladies' trip with some of my girlfriends that might be here today. It's so hard to tell because everybody's scarves are over their face. I might know some of you, so don't think I'm rude. But we happened to be in New York for the march last year. And it was so inspiring to see so many people that were still like-minded and still impassioned and still emboldened to go out and talk about things that were important to them. And the thing that I thought was so amazing about the march last year in New York is that you still saw all the amazing signs. You got to see the creativity, you got to see the passion, you got to see all of the statements and the diversity. But the thing that was different about the signs last year is not only were they amazing and creative, they had a call to action. They gave you instructions. They told you to go out and get involved, to make yourself be bold, to make sure that people knew what was important to you, to go out and vote. And those signs worked. We made great strides. And so let's celebrate all of the strides that we made so far. And with that, let's also remember that this is a marathon, everyone. We have so much ground to still cover. And the way that that will get done is by events just like this. Coming out on a day that it would be so easy to stay at home under a blanket and Netflix binge. On a day when you get to come out and meet more like-minded individuals and to remember that we have more in common than we have things that divide us. So thank you for being here. These events are important, to come out and be part of this community, to see other people, to network, to build these relationships. And we will do that together. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Now, before we get started, we have some great speakers that are going to come up here. They're going to share their stories. They're going to help make us remember why we're here today. And then we're going to do a couple of chants. We're going to do a little calisthenics, get our feet moving, and then we're going to get to walking. That good, everybody? Our first speaker this morning is talking to us on behalf of the Women's March. She was born and grew up in the island chain of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She immigrated to the USA after meeting her husband in Minnesota. She has always walked and stood up for the ones who could not. She is an undergraduate from Howard University, a master's from the University of Minnesota here in the Twin Cities. And Josine has always worked to champion women, in particular women of color. She is a fighter, a believer, and a Women's March Minnesota Board of Directors. Please put your hands together for Josine Durant.
Hi everyone, yes, I'm from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, so this is cold. 70 degrees is cold, so oh my God. Well, thank you everyone. I'm here today in this cold because I believe it is important. I really do. There are only a few things that can get me out in these temperatures, because today I will be under the blankets, under the covers with some coffee. And so, there's only a few things that can get me out here. It has to be damn urgent, and it is. So I am here because of some women who helped shape me. Valerie Cato, who was a wife, a mother. She raised me. She taught me to be empathetic. She taught me to fight. She taught me to stand up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. Valerie was born and grew up in a place and time when women were not equal. But still, she raised a daughter who knew that she was second to no one. Yes. Valerie raised a village. I am here because of Joy Cato and Imogene Cato Francois. These two women helped shape me. They stood up for what was right. They never backed down. They shouted, they marched, they walked, And so I am here for them. I am here because of all the injustices that are happening in this country today. I am here for those who cannot stand up for themselves and who cannot speak for themselves. I am here for those who do not know that they should be standing up and speaking for themselves. I am here for my nieces and for my nephews. I am here so that they know that I love them, and what I want for them and for their children is for them to love who they want, to be who they can be, and to not be judged by the color of their skin. Ever. So, I am here because I have to be. And I'm assuming that that's why you were here. If I stayed at home and did not come out and speak out, that would not be enough. That would not be the woman that Valerie Cater raised. I will fight for those who cannot, as I said, and for those who are unaware that they should. So why are you here? It's cold. Why? Let me help. I'm going to go a little island here because you know what? You can't take the island from the woman. You can take the woman from the island, but the island still remains. I am going for the heat and the power. We need to rock these streets. So this ain't no joke here. We ain't here for fun and laughter. We're here to do some serious business. Equality, equity, and justice does not happen based on the march. The march lets people know we are still here and we are just as amped up as we were in 2017. The fight does not end today. We still have important things to accomplish. The march today, take it as a re-energizing, take it as a time to re-amp. Please, once you're finished here, go out to our Facebook page, go to our website, sign up, figure out how you can get involved, because today is just a path of the marathon. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Josine. Thank you very much. We are going to continue our March speakers this morning. One of the things I think is so amazing about this movement is that it starts from birth to old age, and we have a variety of speakers who are going to come up here and tell their story. So our next speaker, she is a 23-year-old college student and activist. She has worked on several political campaigns and the first Women's March in Minnesota. She has big plans to change the world and believes education is the first step to doing that. Please welcome Brianne Benson.
Hi, my name is Brianne Benson. I'm a 23-year-old college student and activist. I am studying political science and sociology. I have been active in politics since I was in the 3rd grade. I went to my first protest in 3rd grade, and that's really what got me started. In that protest, there was an alderwoman. She stood up for people when no other alderwoman or any alderman for our town would stand up. She lost. The oldest drive-in movie theater from Illinois got torn down. I'm from Illinois, not from Minnesota. So this is really cold. But what she taught me is that there's a spark that you can ignite in people. That day when she lost, she taught me that it's more important to stand up and fight than it is to not stand up and fight. And she taught me that even when you lose, you're making a difference. That spark started me on my career in activism. That's why I've worked on several campaigns. It's why I worked on the first Women's March. It's why I'm here today. That's the spark I'm hoping to ignite in each and every single one of you today. Because when we stand up and when we ignite that spark in others, when we go and we talk and we do the hard conversations, when we fight the battles that we can lose, that's when we change the world. When we light that, when we light that spark in others, that's how we change this. That's how we solve all the world's problems, by lighting a spark, by fighting, by doing the hard things. So I'm so excited to walk with all of you in this freezing cold weather. And I hope to light that spark in each one of you today. And I hope you go and light it in 10 other people so that we can change the world.
Thank you, Brianna. Okay, we're going to keep it moving. All right, everybody, let's do a couple of these bounces before we get our next speaker. There we go, everybody. And I know this next speaker can help us do some jumps as we go on. She's a spry young woman, and she's a 13-year-old, and she's in the 8th grade. Last year, she was a student representative for the National School Walkout at her school. She has also been involved with activism regarding rights for women and the LGBTQ community. Please, Lillian, everyone.
I've been told from a young age that I cannot do the things I love because of my gender. Growing up as a girl playing hockey, a traditionally male-dominated sport, I've had my fair share of experiences with misogynistic remarks and actions. To me and many of my friends, these comments and assumptions have become just another part of the game. I've always hated them, and I've known from a young age that these aspects could and would be a huge part of my day-to-day life. But I never considered that I, as a student, could have a voice about it. That all changed about a year ago, when I heard about a school shooting that took place in Parkland, Florida. For the first time, I saw young people taking a stand. For the first time, I thought that maybe I could make a difference. So I did. The Parkland survivors spoke of a national walkout, calling students from all over the country to walk out of their classes at 10 a.m. and remain outside for 17 minutes to honor the 17 victims of the shooting. I knew right away that I needed to be a part of it. Me and a few of my friends, 2 of whom are here right now, we organized the walkout at my school, getting over 600 of our fellow classmates on board. We made hundreds of posters and flyers, as well as meeting with school administrators to lower the punishment for students who chose to participate. We also used social media, both personal accounts and specially made school walkout accounts, to spread the word. Afterwards, I spoke in front of the school board about what options we had on a local level to prevent school shootings and further prepare students and staff in case one were to occur. From there, we met with school officials about sexism in the dress code and pushed for policy changes. Our Gender Sexuality Alliance, or GSA, invited the district superintendent to one of our meetings, and we held a discussion on stricter rules for bullying of the LGBT+ community. I've since done whatever I can to help advocate for women's rights, whether that be simply spreading the word or having serious conversations with people in positions of power about why the feminist movement is still relevant today. Although I'm pleased with what has been accomplished, it raises questions as to why there continues to be a need for this kind of action. Did we not start this fight a century ago with the women's suffrage movement? Did we not pass Title IX, supposedly guaranteeing that sexism would not be tolerated in any government-funded programs? Did we not just elect a record-breaking number of women to Congress? The answer to these questions is yes, and yet sexism continues to hold relevance in our current society. We as women, as a people, as a nation, have the ability to challenge the status quo. If we stand together, we can be heard, and our fight will be one fought to the finish. I would be lying if I said that it has not been difficult. It's unlikely that it will be easier moving forward. However, I believe that we have the strength to carry on the movement started so long ago, and that the fight for what's right is always one worth fighting. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to have my friend Brianne help, and you can help as well, Lillian, because our next speaker is making her way to the stage. So we're going to do a little bit of chant warm-up, so we're going to start. Brianne said that she had her favorite one, so we're going to do that one while our next speaker gets here. So which one did you want to do, Brianne?
A woman's place is in the House and the Senate.
Here we go. A woman's place is in the House and the Senate. A woman's place is in the House and the Senate. The woman's place is in the House and the Senate.
The woman's place is in the House and the Senate.
Don't get tired already, Minnesota.
A woman's place is in the House and the Senate.
This is your chance to get all that shy stuff, throw it out the window.
And the Senate.
All those emotions you swallow all year, today's the day to let them shine.
A woman's place is in the House and the Senate. A woman's place is in the House and the Senate. A woman's place is in the House and the Senate. A woman's place is in the House and the Senate.
Yes, yes. Don't worry, we're going to do more of that. Everybody, give me another bounce before our speaker comes up here. Give me another bounce. All right. our next speaker on behalf of Black Women Rising. Please put it together for Alberdeer Gillespie.
Good morning. Okay, let me just say, y'all are the tried and true to come out this morning when it's like 0 degrees, right? So they say I have 4 minutes, but it's cold. I don't need that much. I'm Alberta Gillespie, and I've been in politics for quite some time. And unfortunately, I'm one of the few black women, right? But what I want you to know is that we are out there as black women fighting this battle, and we're fighting it with you, all of our sisters. So a few years ago, myself and a few other women founded an organization called Black Women Rising. And so really it's about power and presence, right? So people have asked me, what is Black Women Rising, right? And I had to think about it. What's the focus? We were like the Underground Railroad for like 3 years, right? Taking folks to freedom, and y'all didn't even see us. So, but really Black Women Rising is like this women's march. We're about power, right? It's all about power, but it's about power for the right things, not the wrong things, right? And so what I tell my sisters who are in Black Women Rising, and what I tell all of you here, is that we have the power. If we don't like what we see, we rise up and we change it. Right? If we don't like what this administration is doing, we rise up and we change it. Right? If we don't like the disparities in our community, what do? We rise up and we change it. This is what the Women's March is all about. Right? We didn't like what we saw in 2016. So what happened? As women, we rose up and we are changing it. The things we see in this last election are because of you. Because of us. Because we didn't like it, we changed it, right? So my time is probably close up, but what I want to say to you this morning is keep rising. What I say to all those folks who are running for office, keep rising. What I say to all of you who come out on a morning like this in March, keep getting up and just keep rising, right? That's when change will come. Keep rising, keep rising, keep rising.
Thank you, Alberdeer. Ladies and gentlemen, please take all of this to heart. You are out here showing that every voice matters. You are out here building this community, and you are showing that together we are stronger than we are as individuals. Right, everyone? I know that there are some great people out there that are going to be leading you in some chants. As we go along, we're going to do a couple more just to warm everybody up, and then we're going to start the march this morning. So my friends are going to help us out. I like this one. Whose house? Our house. Whose house? Our house. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose house? Our house. Whose house? Our house. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Make some noise, Minnesota. You know what? Sometimes, since I grew up in the Southwest in the church, sometimes the church hurts my heart in the way that they treat human beings these days. But I do like being able to take that love and actually turn it back in the way that I believe that it was intended. So I love the way that we have re-envisioned the song, This Little Light of Mine. So can you guys join me in that before we go ahead and march this morning? Here's how it goes, everybody. And you know what? I'm a comedian, not a singer, so stick with me. I'm not Mariah. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Women everywhere just want pay that's fair. Women everywhere just want pay that's fair. Make it fair, make it fair, make it fair. Expanding voting rights, we're up for those fights. Expanding voting rights, we're up for those fights. We will fight for those rights. Make some noise, Minnesota! Women's March March 2019. Are you ready to march to the Capitol? I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you ready to march to the Capitol? Ladies and gentlemen, let your voices be heard. Follow our banner carriers right over there into the street, and let's march to the Capitol. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
I actually feel good now.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm so cold. We're marching there. I know. Ready? And flags and anti-Trump buttons. $10 for a flag. Flag for $10. Yeah.
Kiddo, come here. Okay, Peanut, take some pictures, please.
Some red shawls.
Oh my god.
What?
God, my photo, when I was taking it.
Sorry.
Right, come on. Y'all ready? Gotcha.
Take as many pictures. All right, so we're about to start marching. I think we're on time.
Is this off?
Lieutenant Commander, Air Force, Air Force veteran.
I'm looking. Y'all ready, Tyler? All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Look forward. Look forward. Gotcha.
Thanks for being here too.
Okay. I'm streaming for the Women's March right now. Any comments for the crowd who's watching online?
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for being here too.
Oh, thank you. This is going to be awesome. It looks good.
It is. Son?
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Okay, now we got to be louder.
Yes.
Mary's helper brought her staff. I saw her staff. That's what
He does know Jesus gave us free will, right?
Yeah.
Which means that all the girls and women who work in those places
He shed his blood. He shed his blood. Not by the blood of bulls and goats, but the human precious blood. The Bible says
Let's see. I'm live streaming for the Women's March. Any comments for people watching online?
Join the movement.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, white banners, let's go.
Jesus does love everyone!
What a deal!
Chili.
Democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Not personally, Abortion rights are human rights. Come on, join the fight. Abortion rights are human rights.
Smashed fast from 7 years ago. Exactly. It's now a right
Oops. Oh, look at that RBG sign. Look at the RBG. That's gorgeous. Is that nice? Helene, how are you? Oh no, I'm like, oh, hey guys, we're live streaming. Say hi. Hi, Teresa. How are you?
I told these guys, you have to be smart. Go grab them.
Yeah. Tell me why you're here, Teresa.
I am here today to support women. I'm so excited. I'm not cold at all.
No.
But I am just starting a group called 100 Rural Women, and I want to be here to learn more from this movement and figure out how to get more rural women involved.
Awesome. Thanks. We'll see you over there.
Yeah. Thanks.
Good. Tell me, you sold your house? It's on the market.
Where'd you guys move to?
Oh, 5 blocks away.
And the house looks great.
Thank you.
This is Christina Sharon.
Hi. Hi, and this is Anya. This is my daughter, Anya.
And do you know Mary Jo McGuire?
Hi.
Yeah. I just assumed you guys knew each other. Yeah, you're kidding. I know. And yeah, remind me where you're going to school.
Nova.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that a slur? No, it's here. It's
Yeah.
it's
No, the
on a
older
magnet.
ones. The older ones are in Canada.
It's on a magnet. It's
Charter.
Yes.
It's high school.
I
should have known. Where's her other two girls are in Canada. Though.
Okay.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Christina worked.
Now I got to run up there because I am live streaming for the Women's March. Well, yeah. Good to see you guys. Yeah. Sorry. Also, I'm freezing and I have to run. We can do this. Oh, sun feels good. I'm streaming for the Women's March. We got something a lot of marches don't have. A dancing snowman. Thank you. Ooh, it's a little slippery.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
That's why I don't stand on those things and now
want to hop up? Or do you think you sit there?
We have to hustle a little because we need to be up front. Hi. Thank you. Speak. Standing still's tough. Okay. That's better.
Go!
your shoes up.
From those wanting to throw the 6 and stones that break these bones.